Hey everyone, this is Ian with AlphaCars and Motorcycles. Today, I'm very excited to share with you this 2018 Royal Enfield Classic 500. This is in the battle green color, and as we can see, it has some very tasteful and exciting modifications done to it. I think this bike looks awesome. It's really one of a kind, and the best part, only 300 miles. It literally just ticked over to 300 miles, and that's from us just doing a little bit of road testing on it when we went through it, doing our inspection after we acquired it. So really, like new condition, museum quality, chances, opportunities like this really don't come up often. So in this video, we're gonna talk about this Classic 500. We're gonna go over some of its features and specifications and learn a bit about the bike itself and these ultra cool accessories that were added. If you're new to the channel, welcome to AlphaCars. We share daily motoring content, so definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on cool things like this Royal Enfield. But now, let's take a closer look. Starting off, this Classic was owned just by a local AlphaCars customer. They pretty much bought it new, added these really awesome accessories giving it this look, and then rode it, as we know, about 300 miles. We got it, I think it had 290 miles when we got it, and then just parked it and admired it. So that's the beauty of this bike. It's ready to be ridden every day if you want to enjoy this bike every day, or it's ready to be parked in your collection and admired every day, or you can do both. You can admire it and ride it every day. I know that's what I would do. But now let's talk about these accessories that are on it. So in no particular order, first it has Continental TKC 80 tires on it. These are a very well-known tire in the kind of adventure bike on off-road community. Really nice tires, and they give an awesome look, really adding to this kind of tough on off-road military look that the bike has. We've got this exhaust heat wrap and guard on it. The engine sump guard, you can see it's color matched to the battle green as well. We've got the engine protection bars, once again color matched. I love all the little design elements on this bike, like the RE logo in the front of the side casings. Just all sorts of little things like that I really think is cool. We've got this rear luggage rack, and then these two leather luggage bags. Very high quality. And this one we can see has a Royal Enfield kind of logo inscription on it. Very cool design there. We've got the front fender number plate, a headlight visor. This is also functional, not only adding greatest looks to the bike, giving it that more classic look. That also helps if it's kind of certain foggy conditions. It'll help with glare. We have the blinker and taillight guards. So this awesome metal guard on the taillight and these guards on the blinkers. I'll show you the front ones now. Once again, just awesome, kind of rugged, useful look. Very practical machine. It looks awesome, but all this also adds, practicality and protection to it as well. So now let's talk about what is the Classic 500. Well, it's fuel injected 499cc 4-stroke, a single cylinder, 27 horsepower, 30 foot-pounds of torque. This bike is really a hoot to ride. It's a lot of fun. It has a 5-speed gearbox, and it has a heel-toe shifter, as we can see there. A 3.5 gallon fuel tank and a 429-pound curb weight. So not all too heavy, pretty normal for a bike this size, very manageable. And the seat height, only 31 inches, so very, very manageable there as well. Talking about the kind of wheels now, I should have probably mentioned it when I was talking about the tires, but 19-inch front wheel and 18-inch rear wheel. We can see they're spoked. And then this also has standard ABS. And then the rear disc is 240 millimeters. It is a floating design, and then a single piston caliper. You can see the Surfaces are in great shape. The brakes are at 98%. Like, they're pretty much new, but the bike was ridden 300 miles, so I'm just calling it 98%. Really, really like new. Not really even broken in. And then the front disc here, a 280 millimeter disc in the front, and then a nice 2-piston caliper. And once again, nice clean braking surface, no rust or anything. We can tell this bike was stored properly. There's really not an ounce of corrosion on this, or any signs of like mistreatment or mis-storage, I guess you could say. It does have a factory center stand, so we can see there. So very practical, big value item in my opinion. You know, most bikes now, they don't come with center stands anymore, and they're so useful now that the bike is straight up, safely straight up. Then you can do maintenance on it, and it's a practical way to store it as well. You're not taking up space with it leaned over. And before I throw a leg over it and show you the kind of controls and gauge, I will mention the tires, they read 100% material remaining. We can see they still have the little kind of hairs on them. I believe that's from like the manufacturing process, but they looks like they were pretty much mounted and then barely rode on. So they're pretty much, you know, like like new. They read 100% material. So now throwing a leg over it, let me angle the camera a bit better for you. On our clutch side, we've got our clutch, low and high beam, blinkers, our horn, and then our flash to pass. And this bike is fuel injected, but it's not so much a choke as it really just raises the idle while it's cold to kind of let it warm up. Most of the Enfields from this era had this, so if it's especially cold or you know you're trying to start it, just pulling that back a little bit will just make that a little bit easier. And of course we have our throttle, front brake. Right now it's in the run position, that's kill, and then our starter. And turning on our ignition, you can see there is sunlight today, which makes it a little hard to see, but if my camera will focus for you, we see the ABS light is on. That goes off after riding a few feet. The ABS system just has to do a self-check. And then we have the big fuel and engine light there, so those light up when you need to fuel up or you need to have some diagnostic work. I love the look of this kind of retro gauge. I love just the whole cluster of everything on this bike. I think it's very classy, and I even like how they ran the cables kind of through this. They have grommets here. Just a very, very clean and orderly looking machine. I do want to mention, included with the bike is a factory pillion seat. So this replaces this rack. So we can see this these joints or mounting locations go over the shock bolt, and then there's a couple under the seat. Exactly how this mounts. But if I pick this up here, you can see it has the Royal Enfield logo. It's in really perfect shape. If I put it back down carefully, I'll show you all the paint and everything. It's in great shape. So this is included with the bike as well, if you wanted to put the pillion seat on it to take a passenger, or if you just would prefer having that there. But just to mention that. And now, what's a motorcycle video on YouTube without hearing it run? So let me do just that for you. We'll click the key on. We heard the fuel pump prime. Also, the bike's on the center stand. Make sure the kickstand is up. The kickstand actually has to be up even if you're in neutral for these to prime and start. And then all we have to do is bump the starter. Sounds pretty awesome. Let's hear a couple small revs. So that really brings out the true thumper. I mean, a 500 thumper, that is really, as I mentioned before in this video, it's really so fun to ride, so torquey, as this actually makes a bit more torque than horsepower. It really, you can be at kind of the bottom of any gear and it just pulls. It's so fun, especially with that engine note to back it up. But that's all I have for you today on this 2018 Classic 500. If I missed anything, if you have any additional questions, please leave a comment below or give us a call at 978-263-9000. As of today's date posting the video, this bike is available. But if you're watching this video, sometime in the future, even a few days in the future from when it was posted, because this is not going to last long, definitely click that link in our description to view the listing. That'll give you the pricing as well as the availability. It'll be very clear on there whether this bike is still available or not. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough showroom. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe so then you don't miss the exciting motoring content we offer.